right. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Fault Line Podcast. I'm your host, Skye Peterson, and this is
Randy.
Love it. Love it. Anyway, we named the podcast The Fault Line because we are a pickleball podcast based in Utah where we have some fault lines, but it's also a play on pickleball, which is our passion and kind of our job now.
I'd say it's our job.
Yeah, I mean, you're a coach. We kind of coach
influencer, player.
Yeah. We talk about all things pickleball, but we try to shed light on the scene here in Utah more specifically, and hopefully. We are available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Subscribe to all of them. Become our best friends.
Yeah. This is episode number 5. Randy, can you believe it?
I cannot believe it. I didn't think we'd make it this far.
How far? Yeah. How do you feel about how far we've come?
Considering after the first episode, somebody said that their coworker said I looked like I was in a police interrogation room. I think we've come a long way. Look at this lighting job.
Police interrogation room. Yeah,
I did. Yeah, check out that episode if you haven't already and compare it to this one. You'll see.
Yeah,
it was a good one.
I actually haven't put episode 1 onto like audio podcast yet.
Okay.
Or episode 2, I think either. But they're both on YouTube. So yeah, check them out. See how far we've come and give us more comments on what we can improve.
Yeah.
We appreciate the feedback, even if it looks like an interrogation room still.
Hey,
we'll fix it.
It looks great now. It looks great now.
Yeah. All right. Getting into it. So we have certain sections that we go over, and our first section is called the Wasatch Front, which is just a brief summary of all the other sections. Let's get into it. Today on episode 5, we have Behind the Paddle, where we go over today our league standings at Club Pickleball USA, and I think that's it for this time. Rec check. We'll go over another pro tip, grip and rip. We'll discuss the future as far as maybe foam paddles, and we'll dive a little deeper into some companies that we think will succeed in the future. Drop shot drama. We'll look over some of the stats of some local players, some PPA events, and things like that. And we'll also do a ranking of what we think will end the PPA tour as the top 10 players in each division. So that'll be kind of fun.
That'll be spicy.
Yeah. Valley Vibes, we'll go over some tournaments, discuss what we think of the future of pickleball will look like as far as things like money, courts, players, tours. I think that'd be interesting to kind of go through.
Yeah.
And then we have a new section, and I might include some new sections in the future. We've been discussing some things, but today we have a section called Word Volley, where we will go over a couple of words, and we'll just kind of see what clicks off the top of your head when I say something like pickleball.
Fun little word association game.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get into it. Behind the Paddle. This week in my league, I played with Tad, and he had a correction to give me this week in text form. Because I guess on our last podcast when we did the interview with him, he said his name was Silas Tad Christiansen.
Okay.
So I apologize for that. I put his name as Tad Silas Christiansen, so it's the other way. So anyway.
Get it right, man.
Yeah, Tad's his middle name. I don't know why he likes to go by his middle name, but my wife loves his first name. She's like, why doesn't he just go by Silas?
Silas is threatening to me. That, like,
It's kind of a cool
if
name.
someone introduced their name as Silas, I'm not messing with that guy.
Yeah.
Silas.
Anyway, both names are cool. But we call him Tad. Anyway, I played with him this week. He had some crazy shots. He had some crazy plays. He kept saying when he would make a crazy play, he was like, "Sorry, I got a wild hair." It's kind of funny. But I think we went 5-5. In fact, I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm gonna post the standings as well. But yeah, I went 5-5 with a 9-point diff with him. I thought we'd go a little bit better. In fact, we should have had 2 or 3 other games, and we ended up losing. And there was some drama I wanted to go over as well, which a couple people might think is funny, a couple people might not. But our first game, we played against Parker and Breck, and we won the first game, and it was like 11-10. It was close.
Okay.
And then the second game, it was like game point for them. It was like 10-6. Tad is serving. No, Tad's can't be serving. Parker's serving. Tad hits a return that's like super deep. And I even made a clip of this that maybe I'll post in here too.
You gotta post it now.
Dude,
yeah, you called it out. You gotta post
filthy. So he hits a super deep return that I thought was right on the line. I'm already at the line, right? Because Tad's returning. And it went super deep, but I didn't see any gray. I think in the video there was no blue. I meant to say gray. But there was no gray. All I could see was the line. And so then Parker returns, hits the third shot, and it's a high ball. So I just crush that thing. And
Classic
so
Skye.
if this is your court, I hit it like inside, like right here, just past the kitchen, like just smash it. It's the fence. It's in. Paddle tap Tad, and I'm walking back. Breck calls it out. Parker calls it out.
No way.
And I'm like, I'm already at the baseline ready to return the next ball because I know it's in. And they're supposed to have their second server. And I'm like, okay, so I think they called the return out. That's what I thought. There's no way you called my ball out.
Yeah.
But they were calling my
It was
ball
your
out.
ball?
So I reviewed the footage, and looking back, I probably should have looked at the camera footage right then and there because
No, you can't do that.
that's the thing though, is I thought the return was out. Tad thought they were calling his return out.
Yeah.
So I went all the way to my stuff. Like I was pretty pissed. Like I said, that's bad sportsmanship. Like I was pissed off.
Yeah.
And anyway, Tad comes over and he's like, "You thought they called the return out, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "No, they were calling your ball out." I was like, "You're kidding me, right?" And he's like, "Do you have footage of it?" And I was like, "Even if I did, they wouldn't even overturn it."
Yeah.
So I didn't even look. Like,
Yeah.
the game was over.
Yeah.
But they kind of had they kind of continued to have a conversation off to the side. So I don't know. Maybe if I had looked at it and cooled down, but I was so heated in the moment, and I was just like, Parker has done this before. He has called some out balls that were in, and
Pulled a couple
He's a
Alhounis,
tight-
huh?
yeah, Alhouni,
A couple Alhounis.
little Alhouni moment, man.
9-9.
Oh my God. I come all this way for that. Holy fuck.
10-9. It's my one side. 10-9. Side out.
This is a game.
10-11.
No, there's no way, bro. Ref, did you see that? I'm literally right here, the line. No, match point is one. Stop, bro. Bro, match point was one. Don't look up there.
Dude, I'm in front of it. The ball's
No.
so deep. Like, what
Everybody
do you mean?
on tour knows, bro.
No, you gonna say
I'm
that?
not the only one, man.
You gonna say that?
I'm just saying, bro.
Let's go.
I had a couple of
Let's
calls
go.
too, man.
Oh, stop. You know me. Stop.
I know, that's why I don't want to do it. Like, I'm not trying to cheat. It's literally in front of me.
Bro, I got warned by like 4 or 5 players before this match.
You're gonna say that?
No,
You're gonna say at the end of the match? So what do you think?
it's not worth it, man. It's not
Oh, good. You've been talking nice the whole time, and now you told me that at the end. We'll do that, guys. You're an OG. Like, it's all good.
11-11.
No, it was wide. No, it's 3 inches. Stop, bro.
Was that out?
No, she can't see.
All right, there she can.
Bro, they're 3 inches.
Team 12.
I was pretty heated, pretty pissed off. And anyway, the very next game, so that was the end of our match against them. So we went into the next game against Brian, Kimball, and Joe.
Okay.
And one of our very first points, Joe is the server. He's the first server. Serves a ball, we return it, and then they drive a ball that's like a foot or two out. And I thought it was just obvious, that it was out. But I think we were just still kind of in the moment from the previous match.
Yeah.
And so we kind of just didn't call it. We just kind of assumed, I guess, that they knew it was out. And we paddle tapped like we were happy, like it was good. But then Joe goes to serve again, and I didn't even register that he's still serving, But then as soon as that point is done, I'm like, did you just serve again?
Yeah.
we called that ball out. I thought we did. So I don't know. I didn't review that footage.
That's
But-
what I'm back at.
So after that point, we were like, hey, like we'll give you this point as 3-2, but you're on the second server. We were like, is that fair? We'll give you this point. You guys earned it. We'll give you the point.
Yeah.
But let's make it the second server because that's fair.
Yeah.
And they were kind of having a discussion at the net. I was still heated from the last game, so I was like back at the line ready to return.
Oh man.
And I just didn't get involved, but it looked like they were kind of getting pissed. Like Brian's getting pissed
Yeah.
because Parker's done this to him before, and it's just happened in our league a few times that like people are kind of getting heated about these moments. So we got to be a little bit better about line calls and going forward. Just so every point from there, I was like out.
Like making sure they know. You gotta make sure
Exactly,
they know.
man. So just a little drama that happened this week, but
What is happening down in C League? You guys
Yeah,
need to
man.
rein that in.
yeah. Tell us about your updates with your league.
We don't have
How'd
any.
you do?
We don't have any issues up in B League because we're professionals up there.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
I played with Scott for what's his name?
Stratton?
Scott Stratton, and we went 7-3.
That's pretty
And,
good.
Yeah, it was my best day in a couple weeks, which I'm stoked about.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, I needed that because there is a very tight three-way race for first, second, and third place right now.
Okay.
We got a very tight 2 weeks left. Scott's a great partner, super strategic. I haven't had a partner before where he had strategic things that we should be doing or thinking about pretty much between every point. And for someone like me who has like severe ADHD, it's really nice to have somebody that's like, let's focus on this next one, let's do this next, and like someone to keep me on the track. So that definitely really helped us do well that week. He did this thing where he said we should win 10 games to start the day off. And that's always, stressful to hear your partner say, hey, man, we got to win 10 games to start it off. But I'm stoked with 7. We did pretty well.
Dang, dude, that's cool. Yeah, I said the same thing to Tad. Actually, I saw him at a dinner place called Cafe Zupas, and I was like, Tad, we better go 10-0.
Yeah,
this week."
for people out there listening, don't do that to your partner. That's way
little bit of
too
pressure.
much extra stress and pressure to put on yourself and your partner. So
It is.
try to avoid doing that.
But I do feel like Tad and I are probably some of the better players in the league. So I was like, I was being funny. I wasn't trying to add pressure, but I was like,
You said it.
I don't expect
But you said
anything
it.
less. But yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's a good season so far.
Cool. I'll show a recap of all the standings, but just to show where me and you are at, I guess.
Yeah.
Looks like you're in 5th place in B League.
I'm in technical 3rd because Jeremy's not going to qualify.
That's
And
true.
then Todd's dropping out next season.
Okay. Technical 3rd.
Technical
Okay.
3rd. It's a bummer
Okay.
because Todd is such a baller, and if Jeremy played the whole season, he definitely would have been in
So-
top 3.
Yeah, I guess for prizes and for promotions, Jeremy doesn't qualify.
Yep.
So that kind of puts you in 3rd. Yeah. So you're close. You're right there, I guess. So you
Right
need to
there.
pass
I got
You
to
pass
pass
Scott.
Scott. That's it. Scott, and then
to get into 2nd. So
Jeff.
you're 3 wins away from Scott. He's at 53 and you're at 50.
Yep.
He does have a 50-point diff over you, though. So if it ends up in a tie, dude, you need to get some big dubs.
I had a very slow middle of the season, and then I'm picking it up at the end, and it might be too late at this point, but it's never too late in my mind.
Okay.
I'm ready to whip my thing out and show everybody how big my paddle is these next couple weeks.
That's crazy. So Jeff is in technical 1st place.
I'd say he's in first in general because he has been balling out this season.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's the only. Him and Scott are the only ones who put up a perfect day so far this season, and he has a 9-piece and then a couple 7s. So Jeff is balling out. Jeff is playing great.
Crazy. So who do you have the last 2 weeks?
I got Todd next week, which we should do really well because Todd's a baller, and then I got Nick White, who is currently in last place, but I think I could play really well with Nick. I play well with big 6'5" dudes, so I think we'll do well.
Yeah, it looks like you got some good matchups on the last week. I'm just looking at the whole league, but
Yeah, matchup.
Taylor and Ethan are playing the last week, and they've done a tournament together, and they did really well.
They've
They
won.
got
They've
gold,
won
so-
tournaments together. That's right. That'll be a fun one.
That'll be big. Jeff's playing with Brent's down there, isn't he? Isn't he in the bottom?
Brett is
He's 8th.
technical 6.
Interesting. But Jeff, I don't know. Jeff does well with people that he plays with.
Yeah, he's
mostly, I
played
think.
well with everybody this season.
And then you got Jeremy and Mike. Interesting. All right, so for C League, let's see. The last 2 weeks, I played with Lucas Clegg. I think is the last name.
Yep.
And then, and then the very last week, I played with Joe Lee.
Fellow yellow
Um,
baby.
And looking at the matchups, like I feel like me and Joe should dominate. Like maybe Nick and Jordan would be the other matchup that last week. That would be tough.
Who do you have to stay on top of to keep your first place?
Jordan, Nick, Tad, and Brian. Brian's the big one. So Brian, they're all. Brian, Nick, Jordan, and Tad are all within one game,
Yeah.
and I'm 2 games above them all.
And Brian is fighting to avoid 2 straight seasons of relegation. Is that right? Because he got relegated from A League down to C.
I think so. But yeah, I mean, I think he'll promote. Just
Or,
for
yeah, he'll
Dupers,
promote from
so
second
we'll see.
place, yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, he plays with Scott Johnson his last week,
Okay.
which Scott's in last place, so that's good for me. We'll see if Scott the last 2 weeks, or last week and then this next week has subs. Oh, and then we had someone drop out. Breck just dropped out, so I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe that was from the drama.
Brett Clayson?
Breck Hansen.
Oh, Breck Hansen.
Henson.
Henson. Okay, I didn't see his name.
He just dropped out, so
Gotcha.
Lucas Allen Jansen is taking his place this next week. So again, he won't be able to promote or get prizes with only 2 weeks of playing. And Breck was only in the league for, I don't know, 4 weeks or something like that.
Dang, that sucks.
He took over for someone else that got hurt. I can't remember.
Oh,
who
so
it
he was a sub.
He was a replacement.
Okay.
And now Lucas is a
Oh my God,
replacement.
Sub for the sub.
So Lucas is playing with Scott, who Scott's out of town, so there's a sub. So anyway, it's a weird season, bro.
messy,
But,
messy all around.
yeah, I play with Lucas. Brian plays with Parker. We should be able to do pretty good against them. And then Joe plays with Nick, so they might do well next week. But I feel like Lucas and I will play really well. And then the final week, I play with Joe, and I feel like our toughest matchup is Nick and Jordan.
Okay.
We'll see.
Sweet.
We shall see. And yeah, let's move on. Oh, we were briefly going to talk about the league and how it works. Did you want to explain that?
Yeah. So how the league works is there are a bunch of divisions. So from A through F, I believe, and each division has 12 players. So A is the top league. Those are the 12 best players in the entire league. Each week you'll play with one set partner, and you play 10 games with that partner, and you play 2 games against every pairing. And then at the end of the season, top 2, based off of wins and point differential, get to promote. Or if you're in the A League, you just win and you get a big prize.
And prizes, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also, so the top 8 players, the top 6 besides the top 2, can also move up.
It's on the duper move.
And then the bottom 4 players, so the bottom 2 players will absolutely get relegated at least one league.
Yeah.
And then the next 2 players, so 9 and 10, more than likely will move down based on duper.
Yep.
But they could stay based on duper as well
Yep.
in that league.
Yep.
So it's a really cool system. I actually think that we've come up with something that's super fair and equitable for everyone
Yep.
because for a long time, the leagues were only 2 up, 2 down, and that was it.
Yep.
Everyone else stayed, and it was just very stagnant.
Yep.
I felt like it was very hard to move up, so there was lots of controversy of let's have 3 people move up, let's have 3 people go down, and no one wanted to agree to that,
Yep.
and it was just really tough. So we finally found something I think works and everyone likes.
Yeah, this method works because if you have new players as well, you can take their duper into account in their placement.
Yes.
So
and that was the big thing too, is like new players with high duper just came in at the very bottom of
Yeah.
all the leagues. What? That doesn't make any sense.
Yep, worked out. It's working great.
Now I think that it's so fair and equitable. That's another reason why Devin is let's do give these prizes
Yep.
for the top 2 people in each league.
Yep,
So
it's great.
yeah, awesome. I love the leagues. I think they're credible. Club Pickleball USA. We're in the last 2 weeks. There's a waitlist out. I will post it again in the YouTube link or with a YouTube link, so you can click on it and apply if you'd like to be part of the leagues.
You're gonna want to be a part of the leagues.
Yeah, huge prizes.
Yep.
Come out. $3,000 worth. Rec check. All right, today in Rec Check, we were going to talk about a pro tip. I briefly wanted to recap some of the tips we've got or given in the last 5 weeks or 4 weeks. Today's the 5th week. So episode 1, we said slow down the game. I remember saying that. And I said also in that same comment, don't drive the ball harder than 70%. And I've still been seeing that a lot in my league.
I see that from you too, Skye, all the time.
Me?
Yeah, you
You're crazy,
dude,
bro.
You and your 120%.
Yeah, but I hit the ball in more often than not, even if I'm hitting 80, 90%.
roll the tape.
But I don't hit 100% ever. Okay, maybe once in like 100 games.
I'm gonna talk to Ethan.
Do it. Do it. Episode 2, we said drive thirds for easier fifths.
Yep, that's the new meta.
And yeah, definitely the new meta. And then episode 3, we said when receiving, the person at the net should take the 4th ball to help alleviate your partner from getting a ball at their feet or something like that.
Big tip. Big
Yeah,
tip.
help your partner. Episode 4, I said record yourself and emulate your game to someone you look up to.
That's right.
And then tip 5 for this week
What you got?
is in
Scott?
theme with what happened to me in league this week. And I feel like most of my tips come from my league, honestly,
Yeah.
because there's players in there that I feel are on that cusp of 4-0 to 4-5, trying to break out and go higher. And so tip 5 this week is don't get wild hairs, Tad. Don't get wild hairs. And it has a lot to do with decision making. In fact, when I first started in the leagues, I played a lot with and against Greg Slater because I was in 2 of the leagues, actually, and he subbed in some of the leagues as well. But anyway, he kept saying to me all the time, just hit the more consistent shot. When I would drive a ball 90% and, hit the fence or whatever, he's like, just hit the more consistent shot on the next one.
Yeah.
Just hit the more consistent shot. Don't get wild hairs. Don't go for crazy stuff. Granted, it looks fun and flashy, and sometimes you can read your opponents and jump across your teammate for a Burt, and it's a winner. But the majority of points are won through consistency.
Yep.
And even Deckelbar said on Pickleballers, on the Kitchens podcast, that for a 4-0 to get to a 4-5, all they need to do is hit consistent shots that they normally hit, that they're constantly making. So just be more consistent.
Yep.
Don't get those wild hairs as often.
As often.
Sometimes a wild hair is necessary, but
yeah, you still need to mix it up.
very rarely.
Yep.
And when you do, I feel like get those wild hairs, again, pull back the power.
Yep.
Tad got 4 or 5 wild hairs this week in playing with me, and I feel like if he would have brought back a little bit of the power on some of them, he would have made it.
At least give yourself a chance if you want to do something crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Get over the net.
What about you? You got a tip?
Yeah, my tip is to move your feet, get your footwork rolling.
What is this in reference to?
My thinking is for me, when I'm looking at my own film, when I'm at the kitchen, I'm trying to take a lot of balls out of the air, which you're kind of taught to do. But I'm a short king. Like, I got to move my feet sometimes, and sometimes I just overreach instead of just taking an extra half step in a certain direction. So I think in general, even though it is a really good idea to take as many balls out of the air at the kitchen as you can, I think you still need to have the right footwork to hit your right shots.
100%.
Footwork is huge.
And yeah, I would agree to that. A lot of my early 4-0 days was spent trying to take a ton of balls out of the air. And I watched so many YouTube videos. Like Tyson McGuffin was one of the big ones that I watched. And he would talk about how if it's high, it's a green ball.
Yep.
If it's kind of in the between area, it's called a yellow ball.
Yep.
And then if it's kind of below your knees, it's a red ball. Don't take that out of the air at all.
Yep.
And yellow balls, I feel like people are often widening the yellow gap.
It's a big yellow light. It's a long yellow light.
People are just trying to take everything out of the air.
Yep.
And I disagree with that mentality. In fact, sometimes if you take such a lower yellow ball, you're just popping it up.
Yep.
And even though you might catch your opponent off guard, up at their chest or whatever, and they can't get down on it,
Yep.
the majority of the time, I feel like it's better to just let that ball bounce.
Yep.
It usually bounces pretty high, and then just get some topspin on it, and you put it down at their feet.
Yep. And that's a strategy you see the pros employ a lot too, is that they'll
100%.
try and get people to hit awkward balls out of the air.
Yeah.
Because then they might get a pop-up out.
Sure. Yeah. Take less balls out of the air. I 100% agree.
Yep.
Just use your footwork.
Get your feet moving.
Yeah, footwork is huge. I've actually noticed that a bunch this week as I've been watching some YouTube videos and stuff. Just how stationary. And I'll watch my videos back and be like, man, I was so stationary there.
Yeah.
I just needed to take one more step, and I had it.
Yep.
So definitely agree with the
Yep.
footwork.
Put pressure on.
All right, grip and rip.
Let's go.
So I don't have any gear items to talk about on the pod, but I did have a conversation, or I did want to have a conversation about the future of equipment.
The future.
Because I feel like we've been in multiple phases, and right now we're kind of in that foam phase.
Yep.
And what do you think? What do you think the future holds for paddles? Do you think it's foam? Do you think it's that Gen 2 era? What do you think?
So it's really tough to guess materially what's
for
going to
sure.
come up.
For
But I
sure.
think some paddle companies have already started throwing this out there where their paddles are going to be modular.
What
So
does that mean? Oh, you mean pieces come off?
yeah, so a couple years ago, we had that one paddle company, I forgot their name, but they had those paddle peel-off faces where
Yeah.
if the carbon fiber wore off, just rip that face off and then put a new face on. I don't remember the name, but that's a modular thing that I think paddle companies could start doing, especially if, foam cores don't break down as much as people say they're not supposed to break down. So at that point, you don't have to worry about core crushing. You just have to worry about your paddle face getting replaced.
Reload.
Reload. Yes, the reload paddles. And then Selkirk with their boomstick now, they have those weights on the sides that are semi-removable. And I think we'll get to a point where you'll either have a sliding weight that you can move up and down on the sides of the paddle that you can adjust the weighting on, or just weights that you can take on, off, and latch on and off wherever you need them.
Interesting.
Lead tape is going to die within 3 years, I think. 2 years.
Interesting.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think I disagree with that only because as I look at like phones, like our phones have become modular in a way, like with accessories. And so if you think of, man, what was I just thinking of? I was thinking of lead tape, but I was thinking of the weights. If someone doesn't want the weight and it can fully come off, that would be great.
Yeah.
But if it's like Adidas, where they have the metal bone,
yeah,
and you can attach the screws to it,
yeah,
I think that might be appeasing.
yeah.
But I don't know how you would come up with that in a way that they haven't already, because I'm not an engineer and I'm not a creative person. But I hated the metal bone design.
Okay.
I actually have it up here.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it.
but
I didn't like that paddle.
I like the way the paddle felt. I hate the way the paddle sounded from the ball. And obviously the sweet spot was terrible. But anyway, I don't know. For me, I don't know where I stand necessarily. I don't know how I feel about peelable faces, though.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know, man. Maybe if they're like magnetic or something.
I think there's a reason why Reload didn't take off as a company when the idea came out, because it's a cool idea, but you don't see Reload paddles on the court.
Maybe if something had magnets, I could see that being like, I don't know. Magnets could be something that if it could hold tight enough that it wouldn't let go, or, you could use something to pull it off. I don't know. I could see that. But I like lead tape. I like being able to put it where I want it instead of, I don't know, man. Maybe you're right. Could be. James Ignatius started his own paddle company called RPM. I just watched a Zane Navratil podcast on that.
Give me the highlights on it.
From what I took away was that he felt like the pro paddles could be better. He felt like paddle companies are designing paddles mostly for the amateur players or rec players rather than, which is most people.
99% of their market.
Exactly. So he felt like pros, for example, hit the ball mostly at the top of an elongated paddle.
Yep.
They called it like the 2H spot, which I don't know what that refers to necessarily, but Zane Navratil was like pointing on the paddle. So near the top of a paddle.
Makes sense. That's where they get their most reach.
Is where pros normally hit their hard fastballs, right? Now, if you're at the net dinking, you're normally hitting where most everybody else is, down in the center. But he felt like that was one of the reasons why he wanted to start a company, because, first of all, he just nerded out over it and decided that's what he liked to do.
That's where his ADHD took him that day.
Exactly.
And
I love that. And then he wanted to move the overall sweet spot up.
How do you move it up? Did he just?
He did not describe that.
It's definitely an elongated
but I'm
paddle,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, an elongated paddle. Most pros use elongated paddles, so I think that has a lot to do with it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. He sounded like he nerded out over it, found what felt right for him, and made something that he thinks all pros will probably eventually get into. He said 9 pros were already using his paddle, or something like that. So that's interesting.
Do you think
he said he was giving them away too, not just he wasn't selling them to them.
Okay.
He said he made like 750 in his first batch, and he's already sold out.
Did Anna Bright buy one?
I don't know. How would I know that?
I don't know. I'll ask.
He
her.
didn't specify people.
I'll ask.
But I got on Instagram and I messaged him and I said, hey, we'd love to try out your paddle, review it, and also we'd love to have you on the pod. So I threw all that out there.
Dang.
We'll see if he sends us
Let me know
paddle.
when he hits us up.
Yeah, I will.
I hear he's a big fan.
For sure. We keep hearing about some of these companies going away possibly, but I haven't really seen much decline in the amount of companies. And now you have James Ignatius starting his own company. So I feel like everyone and their uncle is starting companies, and I just don't see like a decline. But if I was to say the top 5 that were going to succeed, mine were going to be Yola, Selkirk, just because of quantity, not maybe necessarily because people are using it.
First market movers for sure.
Yeah, they got here first, and I feel like they are still around. They're still, You brought the boomstick over. Where's that? So, I mean, that has definitely been, oh, man, you put a U-dripping grip on. Let's go.
My buddy put it on for me. I still haven't used it with the U-dripping on it.
Kind of, yeah, no, I like it. I'll have to try it out.
Yeah, yours for the week, brother.
But, yeah, so this was definitely a great paddle, I feel like.
Such a good paddle.
Full foam.
I get the
It's
wide
amazing.
body tomorrow.
So, yeah, I think they're up there. Yola Selkirk. I put Franklin number 3, Paddle Tech number 4.
Fair.
I think they have a lot of money. They're in the U.S. Annalie Waters is still with them, very loyal. Kyle Yates is still with them since the beginning.
They're making better paddles.
So
They're
we'll
stepping
see. Their next, I bet you their next one's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I think Head will top off my top 5.
They got the money.
And then I put some honorable mentions. Wilson, I think, will eventually be a future concept or paddle
better
company.
paddle company.
Yeah, in the future. I think Carbon is an honorable mention. They've made some really good paddles. I felt like they had a moment there where they had a bunch of people.
Dude, those X paddles were great.
Which ones?
The 1, 2, and 3 X paddles.
Oh, yeah.
Those were great paddles.
Yeah, I thought they were okay. I tried one of them and was like, it's a little too dense for me, but And then I feel like Adidas might come up. We'll see.
They gotta make something better. But
yeah,
it sounds like they're willing to throw money at pickleball. Which
and they're starting to get some people, right? Yalmay started playing with it, and I think there was a couple others. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I think it has a lot to do with pros, don't you? Do you think if the pros don't play with it, I mean, it's not going to take off, right?
I don't think so, because then I think of Gearbox, and they don't pay pros anything.
Okay, but where my head goes is like tennis. What are the top 3 tennis brands you can think of right now?
Head, Wilson, Babolat.
Babylon.
Yeah.
So it's. Do you hear about brands like Carbon or PaddleTech?
That's different, though. It is much easier to start a paddle company.
It is.
I could start one right now. It is much easier to start a paddle company than it is to make a tennis racket company.
For sure. If you got 20, 40 grand to just throw down right now and make a paddle company, you could.
Because if like you said earlier, like when you said, like, what do you think about like which paddle companies are going to die out within the next year?
Yeah.
It's like all I could think about is if one paddle company goes down, like 5 are going to replace them the next day.
Yeah. Maybe. I also, so my biggest guess for who would probably not be here would be Diadem. I just feel like they've never really been on the map. And they made their blue core, and I feel like no one bought it.
Yeah.
Crickets.
I saw them in Utah more frequently like 3 years ago, but nobody uses Diadem paddles in Utah.
Yeah. Or the ball, or their shoes.
I tried their shoes, and I couldn't get behind their shoes at all. I wanted to like their shoes, but their shoes just are not it.
I
Way
haven't
too
seen
clunky.
anyone play with anything Diadem in so long that I feel like they're just crickets.
Yep.
They're going to be off the map.
At least in Utah.
So, and I think the biggest reason for companies possibly going away would be like sellouts or patents. Like they're just going to sell to PaddleTech or whatever, and then PaddleTech takes over whatever they have, or whatever, and then that company becomes bigger. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. There's other companies like Engage, Onyx, Gearbox, like you mentioned, Vulcan. What happened to Vulcan?
Dude, their paddles are atrocious. We're never going to get a sponsorship from them, but I'm okay with that because I don't like their paddles at all. Does Tyler Leung still play with it?
Yeah, he's the only pro player that plays with a Vulcan. Is Tyler Leung.
He's probably their entire marketing budget.
Because Jay DeVilliers was their other one, and he
That's
left and went to Proton, right? Or I can't
I
remember
don't know
now.
where we left to, but yeah, I mean,
Crazy,
I
huh?
wish they made better paddles, and I wish their balls lasted longer.
Yeah. I do still like their ball.
Yeah.
And they were bought, I think Vulcan was actually bought by, or no, I can't remember who it was, but Stack Athletics, I think, purchased them or something like that.
Interesting.
Can't remember. So they're kind of in a weird place. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ones that other paddle companies that I feel like didn't make the cut that probably will phase off here in the next 5-10 years.
Oh.
I put ProKinetics, who actually is owned by Wilson. I didn't know that, but
Oh,
I looked
really?
it up. Gamma. When's the last time you saw a Gamma paddle?
Since Riley Newman.
Attic.
You can't say, dude, Vatic is going to be around, man. They make such quality
But see,
value
I
paddles.
think that they would be one of those companies that they make all these $100 paddles, so another company, bigger company, is going to buy them out and sell all their paddles for higher, you know? I don't know. That's what I think. But we'll see. Pickle,
Yeah, they
I don't even know if they have a paddle that's legal right now, according to the UPAA, right?
No, not currently. They probably don't
So-
have the money to get all those paddles approved, which is
Maybe.
crazy. But yeah,
Rhombus,
Rhombus has been cranking out paddles
they,
lately.
they have been cranking out paddles this year in
Yeah.
foam, so we'll see if they
Yeah.
come back.
They have that new $100 paddle apparently
Yep.
is
Really good.
like a really good boomstick competitor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We'll
Rhombus,
see.
They have a good name brand. People respect Rhombus.
I've never heard of them until they came out with that paddle that got banned right off the bat.
Ripple.
The Ripple, yeah.
Yeah.
And then once that happened, like they kind of fell back off the map, and
Yep.
then now they've made the new one. I forget what it's called, the Wave or something.
Yeah.
Or no, that's Carbon. I don't know what they made.
Oh yeah.
Something like that.
It's pretty much a Ripple, a legal Ripple.
6.0. I mean, you have Zane Ford, I think, that plays for him, but
Yeah.
again, Yao Mei dropped them, and they were always a company I always enjoyed. I always feel like they had really good ads, like
I like their naming convention with the gems for different paddles. They
Yeah.
have the opal coming out, which looks pretty freaking sweet.
there's a lot to talk about here, but and there are companies that I like, but we haven't seen much from them, and what's going on?
Yeah.
They do have that black opal coming out. We'll see.
Yeah.
Bread and Butter, Avora, Pickleball Apes,
Apes
the
just
Luz.
disappeared for a minute. Dude, Luz is huge in Asia.
Really?
They're huge.
I did not know
They're
that.
massive. They actually sent me their new Inferno paddle.
No, they didn't.
They did.
Dude, bring it, man.
I'll bring it. It's
What
great.
are you doing?
It's a great paddle. I totally forgot to
crazy.
bring it, but it's a great
You
paddle.
do you not have the other one?
Not the Canon.
The Canon?
They asked me if I wanted the Canon. I said no. Give me your newest one.
Really?
Yeah. So I went with.
Because I
that.
heard the Canon's like their best paddle right now.
Yeah, their Canon I hear is great.
I hear
but
the
then
Inferno's a little heavier.
It doesn't feel heavy.
Huh.
It feels slightly lighter than this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the boomstick is a little heavy too.
Yeah,
so.
it's slightly
Interesting.
less swing weight than the boomstick, and it feels great.
Interesting. We'll see if Luz comes back.
I'll bring it out.
That'd be cool to see how they're doing.
Yep.
Because apparently their name is based on the Hispanic word light.
Light.
So it's interesting that they're in Asia.
Loose.
Interesting. Yeah, loose. Honolulu. I don't know. They're J2s. All the podcasters have talked about them a lot. But
Yeah.
I've yet to see very many people play with their paddles.
Yeah.
We have one person in our league, Nick Thatcher, but that's it. That's the
Yeah,
only
we
person
have,
I've seen.
I have a couple dudes that play with it, and they seem
Interesting.
fine.
Vertex.
Never heard of it.
So they sponsored Jeannie Bouchard, and then that was her paddle,
Oh, that was her first signature.
and then she moved on to Proton. So they've been just trying to find other people to play with them. So John Thorne plays with Vertex, and then Blaine Hovenier plays with Vertex.
Okay.
But that's the only two people I know about.
That's a big budget for him.
And I mean, Blaine's the only pro.
Yeah.
John's like an amateur pro. Babolat. So Babolat, again, a big name in tennis. We'll see if they can come into pickleball and make a bigger scene. Right now, they only sponsor
I don't know who they
the
sponsor.
singles guy. What's his name? He just came onto the PPA.
Oh, it wasn't.
Can't remember his name. This is terrible.
It wasn't Chris
Wolf-
Hayworth, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
it is.
Yeah.
Chris Hayworth.
Their paddles were so bad.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like, I don't know what do you call that? It's just wood.
It's like
It just feels like a wood
and
paddle.
it's like a worse spray-on grit than Selkirk uses too. Like they have it's a
Interesting.
spray-on grit that wears down.
Interesting.
It's not good.
It's interesting that he plays with that because he's like a super solid top singles player.
He's
too.
got to replace that paddle like every other game
I bet he's
because
got a good sponsorship.
yeah. And then I listed Prince because
Never even heard of them.
they're one of the big tennis companies,
Hmm.
and they don't make good paddles at all. Like they make those cheap, what you see at like TJ Maxx paddles, and so
Interesting.
I mean they might throw more money at it, but for now
Is
they
there
don't have much.
a company that's not in the scene yet that you think will emerge?
That is not in the scene yet. I tried to look that up, and it seems like all the big tennis companies have dabbled in pickleball in one way or another. Maybe Yonex. I didn't look in Yonex very much, but for the most part,
Interesting.
all these big dogs, they have a hand in pickleball at some point.
Interesting. I put down Nike.
Nike.
We'll see.
You think like an Adidas competitor?
Yeah.
They got the money for it,
I don't know. I mean, that's the thing.
and
though.
they have
the
a
money.
ton of pickleball
They have-
clothing.
They have so much gear in
Yeah,
general.
they have
Like,
a
if you're going to
pickleball
sponsor
gear.
a pro, they could just be head to toe.
Yeah, they should do it. They
That'll-
should
that'll
spend.
be their
They should
motto.
spend a couple shekels on some pickleball development.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see if they make a paddle and emerge in that way.
It's coming.
Maybe they don't. You know what I think is funny about all these companies is like all these companies I feel are trying to stay in the market, stay relevant in some way with all these pickle balls.
Yeah.
Diadem has their own ball. Selkirk has their own ball. But like here and there you'll see them, but for the most part you just see what the pros play with in
Yep.
Vulcan right now.
Yeah, in
And
Utah, people
the
will
life
play
of
with
ball.
whatever's on the pro tour. So
It's true. We play with the Vulcan in our leagues. We may transition to Lifetime later. I haven't really played with a good one yet, so we'll see. But I do hear good things.
they're good balls.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. We're working hard to keep this podcast growing, and we love your support. If you're enjoying what we're doing, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and drop a comment. It helps more than you know. And if you've got feedback, or even if you're not loving something, we want to hear it. Leave us a comment or let us know in person. Just like on the pickleball courts here in Utah, a little back and forth only makes the game better. Our hope is to build something Utahns can be proud of. So spread the word. Share us with your friends, family, and coworkers. You know they can't get enough pickleball in their lives. Thanks again for your support, and we hope you keep enjoying the climb. All right, drop shot drama. So I briefly mentioned Vietnam PPA on here
The homeland, baby.
because we did have some hometown heroes do well there. So
Right.
Megan Dazan played with Alex Trong.
Let's go.
Now, Alex moved to Florida, by the way.
Yeah, I consider her a Utah.
Yeah,
She comes back
she
enough.
started here, but I think she moved out there for her career. I'm sure it's a plus for her. She gets to drill and play with pros all the time.
Yeah. She's living the
Um,
dream.
So anyway, they took gold in women's doubles.
Yep, they
Good
looked
for them.
They looked great.
I think Megan and AJ Kohler actually played mixed together, but lost against some other Utah people or some other PPA pros. I can't
Okay.
remember who it was. AJ Kohler and Jonathan Trong,
Let's go.
who just won with
JT.
Georgia, like last weekend, I think, in mixed.
Yeah.
Or did really well.
Cincinnati. Yeah.
Not Cincy, but the one before that. Vegas? Or was it? Yeah, Vegas? I think it was Vegas. They did really well in Vegas, I thought. They got to like semis or something. But anyway, Jonathan Trong and AJ Kohler played together and got gold in men's doubles. And again, watching both of these couples, Megan and Alex and AJ and John, like, they dominated.
Yeah.
I actually watched the games, and they just...
Competition
AJ
hasn't
was
caught up.
playing left, and he was playing so big.
Let's
He
go.
totally dominated, bro.
That crab walk just dominated
It was-
everybody.
it was,
Let's
dude, it
go.
was
dude.
crazy.
Crab walk your way in, brother.
They did really well in
Let's
Vietnam.
go.
All right. I also wanted to kind of maybe go over the top 10 players at the end of the year. You
go.
pulled up the top 10 list, so why don't you just read them real quick? You still have it up?
Yep. Current top 10 list we have for men's doubles. We've got,
Here, we'll go one by one. Go.
okay.
Because I'm sure some of mine are probably equal.
Okay. Top 10. We have Ben Johns,
That's who I put number one.
Gabe Tardio,
That's who I put
of
number
course.
two.
Fed, number 3.
Okay. I put Andre.
Okay. Big H, Patrick Wynn, number
Okay.
4.
I put Christian number 4.
Andre's 5.
Okay.
Alshon right behind him.
Okay. So I put
6.
Hayden and Fed 5 and 6.
Okay, yep,
So just mix those.
Partners there. Then we have the next partnership of J Dub and CJ at 7. They're tied for 7.
Interesting.
Yep, J Dub and CJ.
So I did put J-Dub as 7,
Okay.
but so it's saying Klinger is also 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have CJ on there?
CJ is an honorable mention for me.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
That's shocking. Okay, and then Colin Johns at 9.
That's so crazy.
I know.
What?
Where is he getting these points from? Because I don't remember who he played with at the beginning of the
I
year.
don't remember either.
Okay,
and
but
I don't
yeah.
remember when the year actually started.
Yeah, that's the problem with the PK
But
season.
the year
as
now
well.
doesn't end until May, and then they're going to do seasons around MLP. So the next season will start next fall
Yeah.
and go till May again.
Okay.
At least that's their plan.
Okay, so that's Colin at 9. I need to look at those matches. And then Dylan Frazier rounding out 10.
Interesting.
Okay, and then our 11 through 14, we have Pablo Tellez. Let's go, baby. He's making his run again.
Interesting.
Deckel, Big D at 12. Old School, Riley Newman, and Matt Wright at 13 and 14. I love
Okay.
seeing those two there.
So my 8, 9, and 10 were Tyson,
Yep.
Riley, and Matt, who I think will end the year 8, 9, and 10.
Okay.
And that's because Tyson, I feel, is consistently making it past the quarters, or to the quarters, every time.
Yep.
With different partners, which is crazy. So
Yep.
to me, that means that he's a good person to play with.
Yep.
Other people are going to want to play with him,
Yep.
and he's going to constantly succeed,
Yep.
and he'll have more points than the rest of these guys.
Yep.
I also put Riley Newman, number 9. Again, same kind of thing.
Yep.
He's been playing with multiple partners. He won with H.
Yep.
He's done really well with Jay DeVilliers. He's been playing a lot with him lately.
Yeah,
So
This is not the Riley Newman of 2023. This is a
Yeah.
brand new Riley
He's
with a
coming out to play.
better attitude, better
and
play
then
style.
I put Matt Wright number 10, bro. He's just constantly making it to semi-final Saturday and final Sunday. It's crazy.
The Penguin.
He doesn't even play that much, but he gets there every
Yeah.
time.
Dude, the Penguin gets it done, man. Like he just
love
goes
that.
out there and balls out after
Penguin.
his job. The Penguin.
That's sick.
He gets out there and does.
So you changed up 8, 9, and 10.
Yep.
Tell us what you got.
What I have there. Let's see. For 8, 9, 10, I have Deckel making his way up. I like Riley Newman. I like how he's playing. I like his attitude. He's playing really well. I see him up at 9. And then I think Pablo Tellez still is
Breaks it off.
very angry and playing motivated. I can see him moving up to the top 10 as well.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. I do think Deckel should be up there.
He's been
Problem,
injured.
The problem was he was injured
Yep.
through MLP season, so we'll
Yep.
see if he comes back and is still strong. But
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of agree he should be in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then the other one that you mentioned that was already in there, but I don't think is going to make the cut at the end of the year was Dylan.
Yeah.
And maybe Klinger, right? You had Klinger there at 7 as well. I just don't know, man.
I mean, saying CJ won't make it is saying that JW is going to drop him. You see him dropping CJ?
I mean, are they strictly playing together all year? I don't know. But-
no one's ever set for the
That's
entire
true.
year.
It's true.
So, I
But
mean,
that's-
it's possible that he drops him.
That's my thing is I feel like J-Dub throws one in with Deckel, and J-Dub throws one in with Tyson, and that's what keeps J-Dub up there. Whereas
Yeah.
Klinger's been, I don't know. I
He's
feel
been getting
like he's
chicken
been-
winged way too much. Seeing him get body bagged by Ben just on a consistent basis.
A lot of
is
people gave
Tough-
H.
Tough to watch.
Yeah,
tough to
he's
watch.
getting bagged a lot.
Yeah, he's gotta
So we'll
figure
see
that
if
out.
he cleans it up.
Yeah. He's got
I
to
don't
figure it out. He's got everything else, though. Besides getting body bagged a lot, he's got everything else
He's
in the
my
bag.
honorable mention. I got Yaume, Deckel, Dylan, and Klinger as
Yep.
men's doubles to make it in. So we'll see. All right, men's singles. I got Connor Garnett as my number 1. I think he ends the year number 1.
Okay.
He didn't have a great run. He ended second in Cincy,
He's currently sitting third.
but he didn't look too great that game. Who's number 1 right now?
Currently, number 1 is Hunter Johnson still. He's got a pretty good lead on Fed.
Okay.
And then Connor's in third. We got Alshon in fourth. And then Jaume still in fifth.
Interesting.
Ben Johnson sixth.
Yaume is always crazy. That's crazy. My hot take is that Ben Johns isn't even going to make it in the top 5. I got Connor, Christian, Hunter, Fed, and then Tyson. And I put it in that order because Connor is, to me, just really good. I think,
Okay.
and he has such a style, too, that I feel like he like almost curves the ball
Yeah.
like a ball bender.
Yeah.
Around to
Shapes-
get around.
shapes it well.
Yeah, he shapes it really well with his tui. So if people play more of his forehand, I think he might not have as much success. But I think Connor always just finds a way to hit his backhand.
Tyson's got some ground to make up. He is 3,000 points behind Jaume at
He's
5.
been doing well though. I feel like the last couple tournaments he's been doing really well. So I think he comes up. But I don't know. We'll see. He's kind of my, I don't know, under. What do you call that?
Underdog?
Yeah, underdog.
Under the radar? Your dark horse?
Yeah, my dark horse. There you
Yeah,
go.
I can see him come back. And I think John Lucian is sitting at 9 right now. I think he's going to keep winning,
You
bro.
think?
The kid's a beast.
I mean, he won 2 in a row,
He's
but
just
we
a-
did have people like Zane Ford,
Yep.
Alex Crum, Michael Lloyd, who
Yep.
did similar things to him.
True.
They won 1 or 2, and then they've never even
disappeared.
disappeared. So we'll see, man.
Hey,
We'll see.
we'll see.
Because you also have people like Grayson Golden, who I put as an honorable mention, Gabe Tardio, if he does singles more,
Not playing.
and Alex Crum, he'll start coming up, I'm 100% sure.
Yep.
So you have huge names in singles that I think. Oh, and then who won it? Joseph, Gabe Joseph,
Gabe Joseph.
who also I think should be on this list. Like, I don't know, man. John Lucian's gonna have a hard year to make it up into the top 5 for me.
Yeah, he's got to make some more deep runs for sure.
All right, women's doubles.
Dubs.
I put Annalie Waters, clearly.
Undisputed.
Anna Bright, I think, is gonna be up there.
As long as they're together, there's no chance she drops from 2.
Yeah. Georgia Johnson, Tyra Black
Okay.
are my next 2. Number 5, I have Paris Todd, who has kind of been moving around partners. And I feel like, to me, she is putting in so much work to be up there.
Her doubles game is incredible now.
Yeah,
It's
she's gotten
better.
so good.
Gotten better.
She's been playing with Catherine. She's been playing with Rachel.
Yep.
Now, I know Rachel is in the points a little bit higher.
Yep.
And I know Catherine is in the points higher.
Yep.
But I feel like she'll end the season top 5. And then for doubles.
Bold.
And then I also, so after Paris, I have Catherine. Then I have Jackie. And I put Jade in there as well. Jackie and Jade.
Recency bias.
Dude,
No.
I've been on their train for a while.
Me too, man. But
I
like,
like
they're still
them.
not there.
I think that, again, they've been putting in the work, and it's shown in MLP,
Yeah.
and now it is showing here in women's doubles. Yes, they won this Cincinnati Gold,
Yep.
but I really feel like their game has stepped up immensely.
100%.
So I think they end up there. I mean, I'm putting them above Rachel Rohrenbacher, who's number 8, Etta
Insanity.
Wright, Megan DeZahn, Annalise Jones. Like, I'm putting them up above all of them.
I'm going to say that's good in theory from
Okay.
a mathematical point
We'll
standpoint.
see. We'll see. Okay, let's put this into the pot, okay?
They are
Because
10,000 points below Rachel Rohrabacher.
You know what? That's
There's
fine.
no
That's
chance
fine.
they overtake
You know what? Here's what we'll put into the pot right now. You know what I said last time? Is that Annalie Waters and Anna Bright will lose again. And you know what happened? They lost the very next tournament, dude.
I can't believe you
To Jackie and
I
Jade.
can't believe you spoke that into existence.
Oh, man.
How dare you speak on my
Okay,
Annas
you
like
know,
that?
here's another hot take. Jackie and Jade win it twice in a row.
I'm gonna piss myself. There's no way. I will bet my
And you know what's
boomstick on
even
that.
funnier about all of this? Their paddles were banned. They play for Proton, both of them.
No, they
And-
weren't.
Yeah.
This last tournament?
Yeah, they were playing with Yolas.
Yeah. Oh, you're
That's
saying.
what I'm saying.
Oh,
They're-
you're saying.
they
you're
didn't
saying
even
that
play
they
with
were
their
playing
normal
paddle.
paddles, and they won.
Shows you how good Yola paddles are.
Okay,
Shout,
okay.
shout out to Yola.
I'm telling you right now, they're gonna win back to back,
That's disgusting.
back to back.
I'm disgusted to be sitting here hearing that. There's no way. I love them.
Watch
They're
them
my
come back.
fellow yellows. I don't believe it'll happen.
So I don't think these standings include the slam, do they?
Maybe not. Maybe they're not.
Because they
updated.
just won the slam, which is huge for points.
How many points is it? Was it 2,000?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. I don't think.
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't see it.
We'll see. We'll see.
I cannot see it happening.
Okay, women's singles. This has got to be pretty easy.
Inconceivable. Okay. Yeah. What do we got? For
Annalie
women's?
Waters,
Shocker.
number 2. I mean, this is tough. The next 4 are almost always in
toss-up.
like the semis and finals.
Yeah, you can mix any of the next
But I
4.
put Kate Fahey as the clear number 2 to me.
Yeah.
You may put Caitlin Christian or Paris Tom.
No.
But
I don't
to
put.
me, it's Kate Fahey.
Fahey's got the shots. She's got the attitude. She's got the athleticism. She's got the
Number
drive.
3, I have Paris Todd. She's up there. She's putting in the work.
Yep.
I just feel like she's putting a lot more work into doubles right now than she is singles.
Yep.
And I feel like there's other, like Paris, I'm sure was one of those people that decided not to play on pickle roll courts,
Okay.
whereas Kate Fahey was like, heck no. I'm
Yeah, she's
going
like,
to
I'm
finals.
just gonna play regardless.
Number 4, I have is Caitlin Christian,
Okay.
which might be a crazy hot take.
Not really. I think anyone after Annalie Waters in singles,
It's tough,
You can throw
right?
any of them into a hat
But-
and draw it out.
I'm sure some people will put Caitlin as number 2 or number 3. But again, I have her as number 4. And then for me, number 5, Brooke Buckner.
Yep.
Her game, man, when you watch her hit her forehands and her backhands, it's crazy. She
Yep.
hits the ball
So hard.
and she stays on the back line just like Hunter Johnson.
Yep.
I think she has a really good game. I think she's going to progress
Yeah.
to be number 5 if she's not there already.
Yeah. Bring that consistency up, and we'll see her there a lot more.
Honorable mention, I put Georgia and Leah Jansen.
Okay.
I didn't really have anyone else to put as honorable mentions. Georgia plays a nice singles game, but I just
It's not.
think
It's
she's
not really her
consistent
focus.
enough.
Yeah, it's not her focus.
And Leia as well. I feel again not her focus right now, but I feel like it was, and she was really solid when she
Yeah.
did.
I'm just glad that she came out of retirement.
Yeah, that too. That too. So the big hot take here is Ben Johns in singles, man. Is he going to
Okay.
make a big return? I mean, what do you have him rated right there?
For I
Stats?
mean, currently in standings, he's number
In
6.
singles? Singles and yes.
Which is awesome because he hasn't played any singles.
Yeah.
Homie's just
it's kind of crazy.
when he plays, he'll make a deep run occasionally.
yeah,
but
the
then
last
but
one
then
he
he'll
did,
get-
he got out.
Yeah, and then
round of
he'll
64.
get knocked out early by some no-namer.
I think it was John Lucian, was it?
I
Maybe it wasn't.
Was it
Maybe
John?
it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't.
for sure recently John beat him in one of
For
his
sure, for
championship
sure.
runs. But
So I don't know, man. Ben is. We'll see if he makes a big return. He decided not to play in Cincy for the slam because he said he was sick, and then
proceeds to play
a
doubles.
tournament before that was pickle roll at Vegas, so he decided not to play on the pickle roll courts.
Yep.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
I can see him really putting it all in these last few tournaments to play singles to make a push for top 3. But I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know how he thinks. Maybe he's
still-
enjoying doubles too
I
much.
still think his game is in the top 5,
Yeah, easily.
but I just feel like these newer players have been passing him a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I still think he should be in the mix.
Yeah.
Men's doubles. Why are the big boys, Alshon and Daeski, struggling against Ben and Gabe? Do you think? What do you think?
I think.
They won against him once
Yeah.
or twice. I can't remember. Maybe it was once this year, twice this year. I can't remember. But they've gotten to back finals tournaments or back-to-back tournaments. They made the finals and lost to Ben and Gabe. Can't do it.
I think just beating out Ben's consistency and shot making and decision making, you can't put Christian Alshon up against that.
So what do you feel like Christian and Daeski need to do to overcome it? What is it they need?
I think they got to figure out a way to isolate Gabe a bit more because I think Gabe is trigger happy sometimes. That to a point where
They could counter.
yeah, to a point where they can counter it and then, maybe kind of do the Colin Johns thing where they kind of isolate Colin, stretch Ben out, attack Ben. Something like that.
So in the past, the people that have beaten Ben and his partner,
Yep.
Colin, Gabe, whoever it was, the strategy has always been organized chaos.
Yep.
I felt like the tournaments that Alshon won against Ben was that.
Yep.
Was that exactly, right?
Yep.
He
You're
sped
not-
up balls at weird spots. It wasn't 100% power and going out.
Yep.
It was like high.
It's
It
weird.
was, he hit really good lobs.
Yep. Got to be weird. Not going to beat Ben and Gabe in a dink pattern battle ever.
I do agree with you that I think they need to go a little bit more to Gabe. They've been going a lot to Ben
Yep.
because he plays a little bit more consistent.
Yep.
But every once in a while, they leave a ball just enough high enough, and he does that backhand roll, and it gets him every time.
Yep.
So that to me is the thing is,
Don't give him the backhand roll.
yeah, maybe dink middle a little bit more, and then and then speed up some balls that are in weird spots.
Yeah, they need to figure out a way to isolate Gabe to a point because you'll see Gabe reach in and take balls that he shouldn't normally
no,
take.
that too.
That's supposed to give to Ben, right?
That
So
too.
they need to. I mean, I'm no pro coach. I can't tell them how to do it, but that's what I see as a weak spot in their game is that Gabe will sometimes cause that confusion between him and Ben when he takes those balls that you don't expect him to normally take.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Congrats to the Kawamotos. We briefly mentioned them getting
go.
gold medals
Let's
against
go.
Anna Bright. And they took out Anna Bright, Anna Lee Waters,
Georgia.
and Georgia and Tyra.
Yeah, that
So-
was an incredible match, going down 0-2 and then winning 3 straight
Yeah.
to win the championship.
Incredible win for them.
Yep.
Awesome for them. Again,
I've been waiting for
Hot
that
take.
moment forever.
I think they're going to go back to back.
Don't think they'll go back to back.
We'll see. We'll see. Valley Vibes. We will go through this a little quicker because we've spent a little too much time on Drop Shot Drama. But a couple of tournaments this weekend we briefly mentioned on our last pod, one of which has already been canceled, the Slice tournament.
Yep.
And the other one is your premiere, the place that you work at, right?
Yep.
You think that it might not go through because no one signed up?
Yeah, 4-5 men's definitely won't. Actually, 4-5 men's Moneyball is going to happen. And then there's a couple Oro brackets and mixed brackets that will happen as well. They're not going to
Okay.
fill out every team bracket, but there are brackets happening.
Interesting.
And they said that they're still going to do full payouts for anyone that plays, even if they don't fill out the entire division.
Interesting. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So sign up.
Yeah, they're
If you
holding
still want to play.
they're holding up
I'll
to it.
hopefully get this out before the weekend. but,
before Friday.
dude, there's so much editing to do. We'll see.
So we're good.
I did see in mixed doubles that for the club tournament, Club USA, Club Pickleball USA, that Elise Jones's daughter, Leia Jones, will be playing 5-0 mixed with Adam Cheney,
Adams.
who played with Rob Cassidy at Red Rock
No way.
this last year. So
Alrighty.
that'll be fun if you can go watch that. If I do get this out before Friday night, which probably isn't going to happen.
2 young bucks.
But that'll be super fun to watch.
Yep.
And then Lily Goodwin again is going to play with Bryce. It seems like they're kind of pairing up a lot together.
Good team. Good team.
I did briefly message Bryce and Lily about how Bryce, I didn't message Lily, but about how they did in the Florida PPA.
Yep.
And he said that they went 2-2, but one of the wins was because of a forfeit.
Okay.
And that they just felt they didn't do so well because they just made too many unforced errors.
Gotcha.
So interesting there, but it was cool to hear what they had to say.
Okay.
We also have a couple other big names in mixed doubles. So that goes down Friday night at 7:30. Go watch if this gets out before then. Otherwise, we'll give you the results when it doesn't, hopefully, probably in a week or two.
Yep.
Men's doubles, I didn't see any big names in there, man. We already talked about the canceling of the other tournament, so we'll see. The only name I really recognized in men's doubles 5-0 was Jamin and Lee.
Let's go there.
I've beat them before. I've lost to them before, so
Yeah, they're a great team.
wish them luck.
Great team. Let's go, Jamin.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What else? There was a statement made about how the growth of pickleball is slowing down. I think I already briefly talked about this, but I don't know. There was a statement about how if the ball was softer and quieter, similar to tennis, then maybe it would be more accepted by the masses. It seems to be some of the
That's fair.
complaints. Yeah, it's fair.
That's
I
fair.
feel like most of the complaints you do hear are from people that live near pickleball courts and they just hate this noise.
I would hate to live by a pickleball court as much as I love pickleball. If it was right outside my house, I'd be pissed. I agree with those people.
So we'll see, man. If the ball changed to be softer and quieter, I just don't know how a pickleball paddle would have to develop too. But if they made those two changes, the sport would be completely different. So I don't even know how you would do that.
I mean, if everyone just played with owl paddles, would solve the problem.
Owl paddles and the quiet
Quiet ball. There you
The
go.
quiet Diadem has one, I think,
Exactly.
and the Gamma
Yeah.
library balls.
That would be
librarian ball.
That would be a completely different game, but
That'd be crazy.
that would solve the noise problem.
I don't really feel like the growth. Oh, there was a comment made by Zane Navertil that said that the growth of pickleball, and it wasn't necessarily him, they were reading a statistic, but that the growth of pickleball was slowing down. I don't really feel like it is. I think that's, I mean, it could be just because of like how fast it was going up.
That's what I was gonna say because it exploded
Could be
during
more.
and after COVID a little bit, but I think it's still growing, just not at the pace it was at that explosive rate when everyone couldn't
sure.
be near each other.
For sure. I think a lot of that has to do with pickleball paddles too. I mean, they're just selling off the shelves like crazy.
Yeah.
And if you keep making them for $100, I think they will. But if you start to go above $300, like Yola might be soon. I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah, they're gonna hit
People-
that point where people aren't paying as much
Yeah.
for those anymore,
For
which
sure.
I think we need to do.
I think I'm at that point. I don't
Yeah.
want to buy a pickleball paddle.
I
for $300 anymore.
refuse to pay $400 for a paddle.
That's crazy.
I think 200 is my max.
I think as these $100 paddles come out that are going to be almost as good,
Yeah.
I'm switching to that, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
What about the future of courts? We have Cushion X coming in. I've felt a few of those. They feel interesting. Do you feel like that's the future of pickleball, like as far as courts?
How do those work? Are they rollout? Are they
ju-
semi-permanent?
No, they're permanent courts.
Okay.
But they have a soft feel to them. I don't even know how to explain it. You have to step on it and be like, oh, wow, this is...
Have you ever played at Lifetime before?
I have not.
Okay, because Lifetime has floors that are pretty soft. Like when
Okay.
I'm playing on it, it feels I'm not playing on concrete. It's definitely like really soft. Like
Okay.
my
Is it
legs feel
gym-
great
gym
playing on
floor?
it. No, I think
Oh.
they put something on top of the gym floor,
Mm,
but it's a
interesting.
consistent playing surface,
Mm.
and my legs feel great on it. On like
Interesting.
after, so maybe it's the same thing.
Interesting.
Feels good though. I like a nice softer, cushiony feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I do a softer feel, but it does make the ball feel different. So, I don't know. If they do make the ball quieter and you went to those softer courts and it was a little bit more like squishy and bouncier like a tennis ball, it would be really interesting. You
That-
would have to make it way less because the tennis balls would be way too hard to hit with a pickleball paddle,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
That's my experience at Lifetime. Like it made everything quieter because of the softer floor, and it actually made the game more fun to me because you could hear yourself think. It wasn't as loud. My legs weren't burning. Vulcans weren't bouncing like crazy.
Interesting.
It felt great. I think that is a good direction to go towards.
What about the tours? Do you think that MLP and PPA are like one now? Like they need to be coexisting? I kind of feel like they do.
I think we need both. We can't just have PPA or just MLP.
It's
There's-
interesting. It's interesting. It's an interesting concept because you have things like NFL and NBA that are all team sports, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty cool to have both.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, part of me before I even asked Zane Navratil in the interview was like, which one do you prefer more?
Yeah.
Because I kind of felt like maybe one would take over the other. But I'm on the train that I think both need to exist.
We need both. Agreed.
What about the amateur tours like the APP and the PPA Challenger Series? Do they both need to exist? Will one go away?
Maybe PPA Challengers just because maybe it's newer. I haven't heard about it much until this year, but I've known about the APP since I started playing pickleball as like the tour that's pro, but not as big as PPA that people kind of just, it's like a farmer's tour, right? You start there and then you work your way up.
Yeah.
So I think having a tour like that's great, like having a G League.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. I think there needs to be an amateur tour.
Yeah.
But I also think it should feed into the PPA in a way.
Farm system.
Like,
maybe.
yeah, I honestly feel like that should be your qualifier kind of thing.
Yep.
You make the qualifiers, you make it into the APP, you're successful like 3, 4, 5 times, maybe 10 times. Then you can come into the PPA
Yep.
and make it from there. I feel like qualifiers hopefully will eventually go away
Yep.
in the PPA.
Yeah,
and
that's
it'll just be like an amateur tour that kind of goes into the pro tour.
Yeah, like when you said that, I just thought like, how would Jeannie Bouchard have done in the APP
Yeah.
if the PPA didn't look at her and see dollar signs and was like,
Yeah.
you're instantly in the main draw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah.
But I also think of other sports. I mean, NBA and NFL, do you just walk on and make the team? Not necessarily. You get recruited.
Good enough.
Maybe.
You walk.
But most of the time you get recruited from playing in the AAA series, AA, right?
Yep.
From the MLB and other sports. Like, you're seen playing high school football to the highest level. And
Yep.
so they're like, we're going to draft you into the NFL.
Yep.
So I think that should be said. Yeah, there may be some walk-ons here and there, but
Yep.
which is what happened to that, what's his name, that Asian dude that played with on the MLP team. Gosh, I can't remember his name. Yuta?
I know,
think that was
who
his
you're
name.
talking about.
I think that was his name. He played with Jay DeVilliers.
We're
or something.
terrible podcasters.
But anyway, yeah, I know, right? We're just doing it on the spot. That's why. So this is why it's such a better podcast. There's no scripts here.
That's
man.
right.
Anyway, no dinking deep this week, but we did have a word volley section, so let's rip through it. Okay, here are my 5 words. You ready?
To the audience,
So-
how this is going to work is we're going to have a word or a phrase that Skye and I are going to say to each other.
Okay.
And then just off the top of the dome, what your first thought is when I say those words or phrases.
And you can also give a reason why, and then we'll just move on.
Okay, we'll start with Skye's 5.
Okay, here we go. Champions.
Ben Johns. That's it.
Just one champion. I said champions.
He can win with anybody. Because he can win with anybody. He's done that with
Okay.
Colin and Gabe.
Okay.
Baller. Sickness.
4.0.
Mid.
Club.
Pickleball. Is sick.
Lob.
Bitchy. Bishy. Nah.
Bishy move.
Bishy move. Bishy but strategic. How about that? Yeah. I like a good lob every once in a while, but
I do too. I don't use them enough, but I feel like I've been trying to lately. I used a couple this last week in league.
those are good. Those got me thinking. Okay. Skye's turn.
Okay, go.
Ready?
Here we go.
Okay. Selkirk.
Boomstick.
Mixed doubles.
My last tournament with Ashland.
Shout out to Ashlyn. Okay.
Yeah.
Sandbagging.
Ooh, that's interesting. The first thing that comes to my mind, again, and these are all like recency bias, but like you kind of asked me to play the tournament this weekend, and you were like, let's play 4-5. And my first thought is, that's sandbagging.
What's your
bro.
duper?
Come on.
Tell the audience your duper.
My duper is a 4.582
What do you
currently.
think my duper is?
But I don't think I'm a 4-5. And I've already won gold in 4-5 twice.
Okay.
So part of me is like, we'd be sandbagging. Now, what do I think your duper is? If I didn't know it, I would say you're a 4-8. Maybe 4.85.
4-9. Yeah.
So
is that sandbagging if we're in the right division?
That's a tough thing, but yes, that's the first thought that came to my head is you've already won 4-5. Move on.
That's fair. Okay. Next is Matt Wright.
Wait, real quick. Have you ever won a 4-5 tournament?
No, but I've gotten second, third.
Okay.
Never won it.
Well, that's
But
close.
I mean,
But see, that's my thing. If you haven't won it, then go for it.
yeah.
But if you won it
I don't
twice,
I don't need to
it's
win
probably
something to
time
know I'll
to-
do well in it.
But that's also fun too, right? It's,
Yeah.
it's fun to win. You want to.
Winning's cool.
It's not like you're guaranteed to win. You know, it's not like we're 5-5, 6-0 players playing 4-0.
True. So
So,
it's not sandbagging.
but I still think I have morals. Okay.
Oh, I'm just this amoral loser over here.
So I have morals, and to me, if you've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s, it's time to move on. You got to move on. That
fair.
to me is sandbagging.
That's fair. Okay.
Like the extreme sandbagging would be like Clayton Boydston playing 4-5. That to me is shout out Clay Boydston.
he's got better things to do.
yeah,
That's good. Okay.
those are good ones.
Next
Nice.
is,
I like word volley.
Next
Oh, you had more?
I got more. That's only 3.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Next you got is Matt Wright.
Semifinalist.
Okay. That's cool. I like that. Your last one is Franklin balls.
Why you guys say it like that?
Franklin ball all over
No.
your face.
I like them, man.
Soft,
Good bounce.
palatable.
They last long. I mean, I'm saying a lot of words here, but I like the ball.
Okay.
I-
Likeable.
And especially now in our day and age with fast paddles, I feel like the Franklin ball should come back.
Yeah, I am 100%
See
an
what happens.
evangelist of bring the Franklin balls back.
Let's see what
for
happens.
sure. Hey, good session.
Yeah, that was cool. All right, court call. So I don't necessarily have a shout out today, although we've probably shouted out a couple of people, but more of a call for help. We are working really hard at having some cool interview stuff in the future. One in particular I would love to have on would be Gary Vee, who is part owner of the Jersey Fives. Okay, I don't think it's crazy and out of the, blue. I think we could get him on.
Oh man, I'd be
But-
pissing myself. There's no way.
He's a hugely inspirational guy,
Yeah.
and I think our viewers would be super motivated to hear what he has to say on a personal level and what motivates him to continue in the pickleball business
Yeah.
or in any business. I think we can learn a lot from people like that are motivational speakers, that have business success, that are successful people in general.
Yep.
Have made it later in life. Like he worked at a what do you call that? Liquor store until he was like
That's right.
36.
It's Dad's liquor store.
And
made
now
that
he's like a
successful.
multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
I think that'd be so cool to hear his story.
Yep.
So most of the time I try and reach out to people through social media, but especially people who don't know us or the Fault Line podcast. This is a chance to have our viewers and listeners help us and spread the word. My goal is to have Gary Vee on the pod by the middle of next year.
Let's go.
So please tag your friends in this podcast. Let's spread the word by sharing the link of our podcast on as many social media platforms as you have. And I did have a clip to share of Gary Vee about losing in adversity
Roll clip.
that I think would be really helpful and cool.
Roll that clip.
Yeah.
I believe that we have demonized losing when losing is the best. Like for me, and then I competed 24/7. I was always competing. And when you compete all the time, you're losing a lot. And I cried. I cried from 6 to 12 every time I lost in anything. Video games, checkers, Uno, football, because I hated the feeling, but the layers of skin that I have, you know, and that makes sense to me about you. You can't be out there at the level we're out there if you don't have that stomach. You won't do it. You won't put yourself, we all now can. Everybody can put themselves out there. People won't do it if they don't have that layer of skin. And I agree with you, like, and it's a tough challenge, but we have to get kids to like get comfortable with losing.
Yeah, get comfortable with discomfort, even if they're not losing yet.
And we've really gone the other way, especially if there's money. If the family has a couple bucks, it's been completely eliminated.
Yeah.
And this is a bit that I love because as we continue our grind to 5-0 and we continue to lose or win, but mostly lose sometimes, we need to keep in mind that it's helping us. As much as it hurts to lose, it pushes us, it motivates us to play harder, drill harder, focus harder, and get better ultimately. And that's what we want. So I love this clip.
Yeah. When I'm coaching, I always say it is okay to make mistakes. Like I say that 5 to 10 times every lesson when I'm hitting balls, telling people to hit new shots. Please make mistakes. This is a safe place to make mistakes. This is where we learn our best.
Yeah, you think about people like Michael Jordan too. Like he didn't make his high school basketball team.
Yep.
What do you think that did to him personally? Like on a personal level?
He could have gone a couple of routes, right? He could have cried about it, or he could have gotten angry about it and gotten better at it.
Yeah.
And he chose the right path.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm talking about here. So I would love to have Gary Vee on. So share this to as many people as you can. Let's get him on.
Yep. Get him out.
All right, what's in the kitchen for next time, Randy?
Tomorrow, Gabby and I are playing at the Peak Moneyball tournament. It's the last day of the league, which is a tournament. And so we're going to play for $700 at 6 a.m. It's going to be great. So we're
$700. So is that the grand prize of first place?
That's first place. Second place gets like $350, and
That's
then
still great.
Third place gets their money back.
Okay, so how many teams are there still left?
Everybody makes the playoffs.
Okay.
So it's going to be 14 teams, and then me and Gabby have a first round bye because we're the 2 seed.
Wow.
Yeah, Ethan and Melissa are number 1.
Wow. So they also get a bye?
Yep.
Who else gets a bye?
Just
3 and 4? Or
Just
no?
1 and 2.
1 and 2 get buys.
Yep. And then it's double elimination.
That's cool.
Yep.
Double elimination. So how many games do you think you're going to play by the end of the day?
Assuming me and Gabby make a deep run, we'll play at least 5.
Interesting. Cool. And how long is that going to last? What time do you start?
Start at 6 a.m. and it's supposed to end by 8. So we'll see.
2 hours.
Yep. We'll see.
I'll text you in the morning, man.
I'll
I'm
let you
hoping to-
know. Hopefully win some shekels.
That's awesome, man. And then we'll let you guys know what happened next time for that. I don't really have anything. There are some stuff we have in the pipeline for interviews. We have some tournaments coming up.
Yep.
Some really cool stuff coming in the future and some stuff we're planning.
Yep.
Keep coming back. Keep liking the pod, sharing it, and comment. Tell us what you think, what we could do to improve.
Yep. Go hit a wall. Go join a tournament. Join a league.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Thank you, guys. But we named the pod. Oh, wow. Whoa. Restart.
Cut.
Anyway, we'll kind of. Jeez, man, I'm tongue tied today.